Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is CMG Talk and this is Catherine Gallagher. So thanks so much for coming on and listening to this episode. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to come on and listen to my episodes. And I genuinely do mean that because I know that our time is very precious, and taking the time to listen to episodes and taking the time out to come on and listen to podcasts actually it's very much a personal choice, isn't it? It always gives me great delight when I get statistics back, and it informs me that I've had so many impressions that then tells me that I've had many people have listened. And at one point I got statistics of many hundreds, over 800 for one particular episode, which is fantastic. I'm a pretty new podcaster, if you like, in comparison to many people who've been doing it for a long time. And, you know, my aim is always to serve and to be able to help people with their mental health and to give information that I've basically built up a lot of information and knowledge from the nearly 3 decades of work that I've been doing in trainings and coaching work and personal life experience as well. So it's always good to be able to have people, you know, say to me, pass this forward, and, you know, this is maybe something that you can share, and having the ability and the privilege to be able to do so on this platform is always good. So I know that there's some particular episodes that people have asked, am I going to keep going? So the archetypes, yes, of course, I'll keep them there for now, because I like to review and update my episodes. So the archetypes I know that are particularly liked, you know, they seem to be going down very well, so I will keep those there, because I think people like to go in and check about, you know, who am I and my identity and who am I becoming, and, you know, is this who I want to be? Am I a traveller? Am I a adventurer? Am I a hero? You know, am I a caregiver? Understanding who we are and who we want to be, and, you know, understanding our needs and expectations and wants. The archetypes of Jung can be really helpful to understand that kind of model. The other model that I put down, if you've been listening into my episodes and going back to the previous episodes, there's one to do with Maslow's hierarchical needs, and it goes through our basic survival needs right through a pyramid to where we reach that pyramid, where in the top level, where we're actually becoming the best version of ourselves, which is our ideal. And it's worthwhile just taking a listen to that and understanding where we are so far and what kind of needs we're actually meeting right now, and whether there are things that we actually are aspiring to do, and are we heading in the right direction. So maybe stop by with that particular episode. That can be quite helpful. I am hearing that some of the recent episodes that I've dropped by to do with the procrastinator and the disruptor, and the one that I've done just today, these type often are very popular when I talk in my client work, because I suppose people can relate to them, because often we are aware of these types of behaviour. I write modules on these, so these types of terminology are often things that I've, you know, come across, developed, set down in my model that I have, but it helps to define and helps us to understand different types of behaviours. So disruptor, the instigator is one I've done today, the procrastinator. These are all types of behaviours, attitudes, characteristics that most of us are familiar. Sometimes we might recognise them within us, and we might recognise them at times within us because we're human. We might also have received these types of behaviours as well. And sometimes understanding what they are and how they affect us can be so helpful. Thinking back on some of the episodes, I wonder if there's some particular episodes that you've found particularly insightful, some that you like, some you don't necessarily like. It's always really good for me to get that particular feedback, because as an individual and as a professional, I'm always about improving, right? So I'm always open to any constructive feedback. I always put the word constructive there. So if there's anything in particular you want to give me some insight on, if there's any particular topics you would like to talk or hear me talk upon, if you'd like to come on and talk to me about a particular subject and you don't mind sharing it, I'd always advise people not to go too deep, right? But if there's something in particular you want to talk about, a life experience or sharing some of your experiences, and you want to do that, then feel free to do so. I'm quite happy to do that with you. And if you would like to talk about a particular subject or have me talk on a subject, but particularly and especially, and obviously, of course, if it's within my remit, then I'm happy to do so. So again, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to my episodes. I never, ever take it for granted. I always think it's a great privilege when people do enjoy and like to come on and listen to the work that I do. And I appreciate the time that you take to do so. And as I say, I get statistics that come through, and when I hear the episodes have had 800 or whatever per episode, things like this, that just means an awful lot. And sometimes it's more than that. But for me, if I affect one person positively, that just makes it worthwhile, if I'm being really honest with you. So just a last thought here. I'm interested in more subjects. If there's more topics you would like me to talk about, keep them coming. And you can message me on stepupcmg@xln.co.uk, or you can go on to my Life Curator Facebook page and message me there if you want to. Feel free to contact me and let me know, and I'm happy to get in contact back with you. All the best, have a wonderful day, thanks again, and until next time, bye for now.